Let's educate people on how this all started. You wrote an article in your Business of College Sports site about TCU and Utah who are moving to conferences, and you mentioned what size TV markets they are and what they have to offer to a conference. And you wrote a very well thought out, supported article with evidence and stats and your opinions, like you always do, that says, why would somebody want Boise State? And you point out here's what I give you credit for. When you go to insult somebody in a bar or even a friend, you could take on their appearance, their breath, the size of their wallet. No. You hit them where they hurt, Kristi. You talk about the size of their TV market, their academics. You didn't even mention the blue turf field and all the qualities that they have. And I'll read one paragraph that sums it up. You said, why would any conference add Boise State? Why would the members agree to a smaller slice of the pie to add a school that brings virtually nothing to the table in terms of media market or recruiting ground? Very well thought out, very opinionated, but you really just kicked them in the groin there, Kristi.
Yeah, they're not very happy with me up there. But the bottom line is they're not in an automatic qualifying conference, and there's a reason. And I was just trying to point out to people, it wasn't just luck of the draw that TCU and Utah got picked up and Boise State didn't. It's because TV has become such an important part, and it's really what drives conference realignment right now. Boise State has a horrible media market. I think they're like number 120. They're not going to bring enough to the table for it to be worth it to a conference to split their revenue pie an additional way. TCU is in the 5th ranked media market. Utah is in, I think, either the 31 or 32nd largest media market, depending where you get your stats from. Those are big media markets for the Big East and the Pac-12 to get into. Boise just isn't. And it's not about how many wins they've had. And it's not about how many times ESPN has put them on TV. That's the number one thing I'm hearing from their fans is, but ESPN puts us on all the time. Who cares? ESPN held the media rights deal with the WAC. So of course they're going to pick Boise State and put them on TV. And a lot of times they're putting them on TV on Friday night and on Monday night. They get some Saturday night games when they're playing big opponents. And like I said, ESPN owns the media rights for WAC. It's not like they're shelling out extra money to go out and get just Boise State. They already have that conference contract, so it just doesn't bring anything to a conference. The Pac-12 already has a deal with ESPN, so what does Boise State add to the picture for them?
You know, you're really hitting them where it hurts, Kristi. You're hitting them with logic. I don't know if they can battle back with this. I really only see one choice that you have in this. When you go on a radio station and other places that are going to call you in Boise, you have two strategies that you could choose from here. One, you could really kiss their potato behinds and just talk about all the great things about Boise, Idaho, and how much you like the blue field, and start by cushioning it that way, which I wouldn't do. I would ask them to make the argument for you first. That's the strategy I would take. I would say, explain to me why a conference would want you. Then you can bring all that stuff out afterwards, like this 600,000 people. It's the biggest in the state of Idaho. You've flown over there many times and looked down and wished that you could have jumped out of the plane. All these things that you could add with a smile on your face. I don't know, that's just my thought.
No, you're absolutely right. The other day I was getting a lot of comments on this post on my blog, and after several comments I said, okay, I still haven't seen a reason why people are attacking me, but no one has given me a solid reason why a conference would want them. And again, that's when I started getting the comments about how many times they've been on ESPN and what the ratings are like. That's not what this is about. It's about media market size, the ability to penetrate into that media market, to get on fertile recruiting ground. It's not about how many times ESPN picks you to be on TV.